purposes only. So we highly recommend, that you go talk to your financial advisors, your team of professionals about making any kind of investments. Camaplan provides self-directed IRAs, but we're not an advisor in the kinds of investments that you make. A little bit about Camaplan. We just celebrated our 20th birthday in August, actually. So we've been around for a while. Our offices are about 30 minutes northeast of Philadelphia, Ambler, Pennsylvania. We're at about nearly 10,000 clients across the country. And what has enabled us to build and keep that client base has been really good old customer service and being able to hold clients' hands as we go through the self-directed IRA process and create knowledge about that. And speaking of knowledge, one of our co-founders, Carl Fisher, he's actually been in a former NASA employee also, but he's been in the self-directed IRA space since 1995, actually. And he's a nationally certified instructor, which means he's actually a guy who's teaching CPAs, tax attorneys, financial planners about self-direction. So, what is a self-directed IRA? A self-directed IRA is no different than kind of a standard IRA. It's really just an adjective. And by that, I mean a self-directed IRA allows investors to truly invest into alternative investments. Now, if I go on to, I have a Chase IRA, and if I go on to my Chase app, it'll call itself a self-directed IRA. This is kind of a misnomer because it's true. There's a list of things that there's a list of mutual funds and other kind of like index funds and all like stock market related investment opportunities that I can choose from. But I can't invest in real estate. I can't invest in precious metals. I'll talk about those things. So a true self-directed IRA is the kind of account that Camaplan provides and really gives investors the opportunity to invest in what they know and understand, as opposed to using hope as your strategy. And this quote that I just kind of paraphrased is actually comes from one of our clients about why they like self-directed IRAs. This individual in particular, he had a lot of experience in real estate and in sort of the private lending industry, and so he has a lot more confidence doing that than just kind of throwing his money in the stock market and hoping it all works out. So there's a lot of different kinds of IRA accounts, and the key differences are tax deferred versus tax free. And so the way we like to think of it is, do you want to tax the seed or do you want to tax the crop? And so that's the tax deferred is taxing the seed. So your excuse me, is taxing the crop. I apologize. So if you can put your money into a tax deferred account, which means it's not taxed going in, and then you can grow it, and but when you take a qualified distribution after it's been invested and it's been sitting there, you are going to have to pay tax on that. Now, there are some tax strategies there that your tax attorney will be able to walk through, or your financial advisor can walk you through that could possibly make that the better option for you. But I think where a lot of people hear about the power of an IRA in general, but a self-directed IRA certainly is on the tax-free side. So this is taxing the seed. And so again, just to kind of use our metaphor, the money that goes into a Roth IRA, it's already being taxed, but all of the returns that you get on those investments when you make a qualified distribution. So when you take money out after you've reached 59 and a half or above, then you're not going to have to pay taxes on that. So we're kind of partial to the Roth IRAs specifically. A majority of our clients are opening up traditional IRAs or Roth IRAs, but there's also a lot of other accounts that sort of work for a different strategy. So the SEP and simple IRAs, those are for business owners or small companies, for example. And then on the right-hand side, the health savings account, this is a really great strategy where you actually can put in tax deferred money, but and then if you take a qualified distribution on a health related expense or medical related expense, you don't have to pay tax on it either. So if you go on Amazon, for example, and you'll look at sometimes like a little logo, it'll say HSA qualifies. That means that you could pay for those products through your HSA account. Alternatively, if you're anticipating large health expenses later on in life, this is kind of a good way to prepare yourself to not have to pay out of pocket or pay so heavily for those things. Now, the power in these accounts is it really comes over it's the ability to save on taxes, and then those savings are compounded over time. So in this graph, you have three bars, and there's three colors. There's this blue one, this light green one in the middle, and I'm on the far left side here. This light green one, and then the dark green one on the side. So the blue is sort of like your just normal W-2 income, and you are investing it. And then the light green is you're putting the money into a tax deferred account, like a traditional IRA, and the dark green is through a Roth IRA. And over time, on that blue bar specifically, you're gonna make returns. I think we're assuming 10% here. That's compounding, but over time, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that, and so you're only gonna earn about 750K compared to the other accounts. You're gonna be accruing a lot more. And you see over a 40-year period, the Roth IRA actually will earn you almost 2.2 million. The one in the middle, the traditional IRA, it will also earn 2.2 million, but when you take the qualified distribution, so you take money out of the account, you will get tax on it, which is why it comes down to the almost 1.6 million. But really, you see the power in having these accounts versus just investing your paycheck as it is into whatever the investment is. Now, another way to look at this is in a shorter term period. So we used a deal that was offered by H Squared Capital, and it was for this apartment complex in Houston. So in my scenario, or in this scenario, excuse me, the investor's putting in 100K. The term is for 3 years. There's a preferred return of 8% with a projected equity multiple of 2x. And that comes out to $24,000 in cash flow. So this would be interest income. And then the equity share, the capital gain, would be 76,000 for a total return of $100,000. If